Hello, all. Welcome to another week. Um, you may have noticed, if you're following, that there was no holding space last night. Um, I tried to get it to render and get up, but it just was poking along, and it wouldn't do it. Um, yeah, so it is there. I did record just a card reading, but what I ended up doing was the moon reading. So I'll try to put that up if it will put itself together and do all the things it's supposed to do. It was just really strange because, it was strange energy yesterday. I don't know what that was about. So, um, yeah, it's there. It's recorded. It didn't disappear this time at least, but cannot I cannot get it to like finish putting the video into the right format so I can put it on YouTube. But we'll try again today. So we're gonna record this reading for the week. I think you know the normally on what I would do for the Monday today is the moon read, but because I did that last night, we'll just read Monday as Monday and see what other information we get. Yeah, and the reason I definitely want to keep that video up is there's a lot of information in there about the moon itself, the new moon, but also about, being in Pisces season and what we're kind of heading towards and, the overall energy of right now for these next couple weeks. So do check that out if I do manage to be able to get it up onto YouTube. Um, Fingers crossed. I'll keep trying until it works. Uh, so yeah, without further ado, let's look at this next week coming up. No major significant events except that, we're rolling around to the 22nd, which is sort of the end of that portal. Um, the 2nd to the 22nd. So we're still going to use these portal cards. Um, yeah, just there's lots happening. I shouldn't say that nothing's happening, but there's so much happening. Oop, that one definitely wants to be it. Um, so it's just, yeah, we'll see in the day to day what is our recommended, like what should we do, and that kind of stuff. So we got Gaia Gateway Activation, Learning Experiences, Wisdom Transmission, Earth Intelligence. All right, so we're learning lots this week and working with Gaia's energy. So just yeah, as we go through this week, just know we're learning. We're in a learning phase again and getting some more knowledge and wisdom brought to us, which I feel like is the big part of this. We're just always going to keep, um, you know, have things come up and learn different things. So our we got this card again, which is ready but waiting. Um, so interesting because that comes up where it's just like, for me, when this comes up in the previous readings that we've had it for the week, it's that the heart piece of at heart center, the consciousness, the ready to come in, but we're just not quite there yet. It's not time to pull the pin. We'll know. So just again, when that comes up, it usually is this week's just about observing again. And that's kind of if you go back and read the thing of the new moon, it was a little bit about that too, about kind of really formalizing your dreams and that kind of things. Again, what we've kind of been talking about this whole time is just like making sure we're manifesting and planning what we want to see. We're getting rid of, what we know what's no longer serving us. Um, so yeah, you definitely want to go watch that video because I talk a lot about how we're in this kind of like dualistic energy where we're purging the old, but we're really being asked to put on our magical side and start dreaming the new. So that's a lot of work. It's not just sitting back and observing, but the work does have to be done around it. So All right, so that's the overall theme of the week. Let's get to each day and we'll see what's going on. All right, this is Monday. Um, Before I get started, I'm just going to say the cards I'm using because for some reason I'm being told to do that. So we're working with the seven Sacred Energies deck. I think I got that name right. Whoops. Just because, again, keeping our chakras and that aligned is really coming in strong. Um, the Angel Dreams card, just because, again, still keeping our angelics working with us. And then I did the Rose Oracle. Just, it's kind of more like the advice to keeping stuff soft and gentle, and what we need to like look at in that energy for each day, like sort of the practical things we can do kind of thing. All right, so taking a look here at Monday. Like I said, I did do a read for the moon, which it actually came in Sunday night at like 11:30. So, um, and in, obviously in other places, it came in, you know, on the 20th, or today's 20th. I'm losing track of time. Things are just flying by sometimes. And yeah, hard to believe. Hard to believe February is just about done here. All right, Monday. What are we looking at for Monday? Okay, so we got the land between. Yeah, this is kind of what I was talking about in the moon reading, is that we're sort of in this like, you know, we're in 3D reality, kind of half in and out of our days in 5D. Um, Kind of like I said, this dualistic energy is kind of coming in where it's like, we're purging, but at the same time we're supposed to be planning. So just a lot going on. Um, I would recommend, because just looking at the other cards, is that it is hard to have one foot in each side. So the nice part about this land in between is that it's pretty solid. It's pretty good foundation. So it's okay to place yourself and look at things from both perspectives. And just be easy and graceful about it. Nothing to worry about, right? Um, and then when the time is right, we can move in the right direction. Again, it's that ready but waiting card. It's like we know what's coming, we know where we're headed, but the energy is just not quite there yet. So we're just integrating it and allowing it to come in. So we also got Hawthorne balance. Again, balance, right? Balancing these two worlds, not kind of like sticking in one and then jump into the other. It's like maybe kind of place ourselves in the middle in a calm, uh, like in a bubble almost, and just again being the observer and not taking things too far one way or the other. It's interesting because the elemental kingdom comes up there with Hawthorne, and so I would say too, again, you know, the fairy hiding in the leaves there. Um, again, I mean, where I am, it's going to be brutally cold this week, so getting out into nature might be a little tricky. Um, but you can also, you can work with the fairies within your home. You don't have to be out in nature. So um, I'm kind of getting that we should be like, it's kind of like asking the angelic team. It's like ask the fairies to kind of help out a little bit. Um, yeah, they're good transmuters of energy. So if you're having trouble with when you're purging, like old emotional stuff or whatever's coming up for you, just ask them to help. They're really good at like uh, cleansing and clearing. So do a meditation where you just lay there and ask for the healing fairies to come in and heal the parts that need healing. Um, and then for Monday, we also got the wild rose. Do it your way. Embrace your uniqueness. Untamed. Yeah, I think that's what it is it's like we're told a lot like how this is going to go. It's interesting because like over the weekend too, certain people said, that I follow, said a couple things and it like tripped me off. I was so mad that they believed that. And then and that they were posting it and then I was supposed to believe it too. And I got really angry and I was like, why am I getting angry? This is so silly. And then I'm like, you don't have to believe everything that's coming out of somebody's mouth. Like, um, do it your way. This is all about us, and our process and our transformation. So if something, again, even if I say something in this reading and it doesn't resonate with you, then just it's not for you then and just leave it. Try not to make yourself all crazy and angry. So yeah, so that's Monday. Just kind of like, yeah, I mean, just going back to the first card, about the Gaia activations. Um, Also, when that happens, we might see some more Earth shifts and changes, like physical ones, like more earthquakes or events. I know Kilauea volcano in Hawaii is getting quite active. Um, that's to be expected. But we're getting wisdom transmissions all week, so and from the earth, like, and this is like you can't be more like earth based in these cards, so it's like make sure we're grounded, make sure we're just observing, um and then really honestly it's coming to the decision of how you want to do this, and there's no wrong way, and it's your way and your unique way. um so make sure you're coming up with your own plan and you're not just, um, we can certainly listen to other people and that helps formulate our plan, but make sure we're taking that into the heart and it's our plan and it's our decision, and it's our way. So that's Monday. Okay, let's have a look at Tuesday. Yeah, it's really feeling like it too, like even just today as Monday is normally my day off. And I haven't felt like it was. It took me a lot to get going to do this. I just kind of felt like almost going back to bed. It was, and so I feel like that's going to be a big part of this week. It's just like we just almost need to take a bit of a breather and a break, and um, there's going to be lessons unfolding, and we can just peacefully. Um, Allow those lessons and integration to come in. Um, it actually, again, might be a nice place to be, just being the observer of things. Um, and because we can step back a little bit, it's like, oh, you know what? Hey, like we see things in a different way, right? Because you know, we're in a state of ease and grace, and we're not distracted and cluttered, but also, or like I was like getting upset about someone's thoughts or things in the outside world. Like, okay, bring your back. I think we're really being asked this week to just bring it back to center, stay grounded, keep, allowing the lessons to come in because they're going to. In fact, I think the next like 2, 3, 4 months is just going to be like disclosure, just information coming in constantly for us to like, you know, unravel everything and then knit it back together. Anyway, Tuesday's kind of nice. We have the beautiful uncaging. So, again, a nice big heart chakra opening coming on Tuesday. Um, so, just it wouldn't surprise me if there was a solar flare that day. Um, but just I would say from our point of view is like make sure we're doing our meditation and checking in with the heart. Um, it's just, yeah, we're ready to take that step and start opening. Um, Again, if and it's about trust too, right? We got to trust our intuition and know where we're headed next. Again, Tuesday, we've got the angels coming through loud and clear support and guidance. So yeah, really listening to what our heart is telling us to do. Um, really tuning in and asking for guidance from our guides and angels as to, what are we supposed to be doing in this time period. And then we also got the rose, which was healing is happening. You're not broken. Trust the process. It's safe to soften. Yeah, I think that's probably will be the title of this video. It's safe to soften, softening the heart, softening, heading into that love vibe, um, and not just heading into it and like embracing it and uncaging it, but you know, really starting to embody it, like heart, mind, and soul, right? Really just allowing and again, trust the process. It's the trust thing that I think that's where we're really tripping ourselves up, is we're getting intuitive advice, but we're not trusting ourselves that it's right or correct. Um, and that, like I said, keep asking. And if you're not sure about something, call in the angels and say, like, you know, what is this and what am I supposed to do? And just really, we still have to do this work. So we're kind of in this like ease and grace period this week, but at the same time, we have to keep doing our work, right? So it's exciting. It's nice to like know that all this work, that, you know, we're healing and we're opening our heart to the new. Um, and just know we can trust it and it's safe, right? And we have like divine backing. So that's for Tuesday. All right, looking at Wednesday. Yeah. Oh, it's always fun, right? Ugh, so many. Okay, we're just like, this is the love week, apparently. I know last week was Valentine's, but this week is about. Okay. Yeah, and that's the thing too that came up in the moon video from yesterday, is that we are in a cycle um of completion. So, you know, um and then, we're supposed to be planning for the new beginnings, right? All right. So Wednesday, we got great big love. This is an interesting combination because in the other one, we had the beautiful uncaging with the heart, and then we had the angel card. In this one, we have a heart with angel wings. So I feel like this is a little bit of us, like, you know, it's awesome, like seeing some tangible results to our own work. So it's like, oh, I'm combining all these energies. Um, and it's just like, wow, like, wow, it just comes bursting out. So that's good. And it is a heart chakra card within this deck. So just lots of love this week. It's awesome. It's good it's nice to have confirmation. Um, and so that, like, be aware that you're probably going to really have felt that heart activation as it is arising. We also got full moon, which is completion and culmination. So yeah, that's interesting. So all this work we've been doing, it's like by Wednesday, it's like we are like really starting to feel, um, you know, we've accomplished and our, this work is starting to complete itself. And again, once we complete, then, we move on to something new. So we just keep going. Um, but just understand, like, this again too is like just really kind of saying a lot about, um, again, we're not trusting ourselves in the process of what's happening. And I think we're stopping ourselves because we're like, oh, I'm not doing it and it's not happening. And everybody else is getting it, but I'm not, which is so far from the truth. Um, so the reason I say that is too because we got this card, the Rose Garden, which is innocence, forgiveness, be gentle with yourself. Yeah, don't beat yourself up. Again, we may not have those tangible results, but it looks like by Wednesday we're really starting to connect the dots and see like all this work we're doing. And it's funny to say see, but I feel like it's more like to feel, right? We're gonna feel that heart chakra, and you know, it's funny because I now going back to that Monday one of the land in between. Something I've really noticed for myself is that, yeah, I'm getting better. Like, pat myself on the back here. Um, I'm getting better uh, at keeping in that, if you want to call it the fifth dimensional vibration, um, by by not letting things um, worry me to the point that I'm like losing my shit. Um, it's just like, when something comes up that's a little worrisome, I'm like, okay, like we just have to see where this goes, and I don't spend a lot of time then obsessing over it, or and I kind of blindly go into blind faith that everything is going to work out, which is that's not normal for me. Like I do need to have a like I feel like I need to have a little bit of control in everything. Um anyway, so just be gentle with yourself, and don't forgive yourself. Like, you're doing the best you can. None of us have ever done this before. We haven't worked this energy before, like even in this lifetime or even in past lifetimes. So, you got to give yourself a little credit, and just know that, there's every indication between Tuesday and today that this is happening. This heart is opening. Actually, I think we got the higher heart activation as part of the new moon read. So just like softening into this, right? Softening into this love and this energy, and it's safe, and we have so much backing, right? This is the other thing too, is in this moon card, this full moon card, there's a lot of, well, they probably could be moths, but they're butterflies. So to me, they look like butterflies. So it's about, transformation. Like, just go easy on yourself. Things are changing and happening. And yeah, like I said, this week too feels like it's just like we should take moments to catch our breath at every time. It's like, whew, okay, made it through that one. That was a big shift. But just honoring it, and saying thank you, and being grateful, and enjoying this love energy as it comes in, because it's what we've been waiting for such a long time. All right, that is Wednesday. Okay, let's have a look at Thursday here. It's jumbling up here. Okay. Mm, yeah. Okay. Oh, Thursday. Well, you have good days, and then we're gonna have. I'm not saying it's a bad day. Well, when I read these, you'll see. It's just gonna be a very. It looks like we're gonna have a bit of an emotional day. Okay, so we first got feeling the world. So this is for me the empath card, right? So if we're each individually having these heart chakra awakenings, but there's people out there that haven't that are just coming online to this. It's going to be pretty emotional. Um, I get to that this could definitely be some kind of event, and the reason I say that is we got water, which is emotions, initiation, and rejuvenation. Um, so it wouldn't surprise me if there was some kind of water event, whether that's flooding, that kind of stuff. So we just, again, everything's going through its shifts. We keep holding the light, keep sending out our, you know, within, within not getting so deep that we're like we're feeling it and taking it all on, but that we're just, we are putting out light to help our fellow human beings. Because then we got, again, the rose garden again. So again, innocence, forgiveness, be gentle with yourself. So if Thursday is highly emotional, it's, cry the tears and laugh the laugh or do those things. Like I said, and like if something does happen on the Gaia level, um, it's like we want to be connected and have our emotions with that, but we don't want to let it swallow us whole, right? Because we also got that day, the sun. And again, anytime that comes up, we seem to get a flare within 1 or 2 days. So again, on Thursday, it's interesting though, because this card, the sun, its description is joy, enjoyment, life force, success, vitality, and play. So I would say, like, if things are getting heavy, both either emotionally or actually there's like a physical thing where it's too much, um, let the sun shine into your heart. So um, find something to do that brings more joy. I know that especially if an event happens, it's like, I shouldn't be doing this right now because, I should be, feeling for these for people or places or things. And it's like, we're almost being asked to do the complete opposite and go out and play. Um, so if we can shine some light on anything that happens or heavy emotion, um, you know, let's do our best to just raise that vibration up. So you don't have to go and fake happiness or fake joy or vitality, but reach for the next best feeling. Try not to stay in those um, lower sadness ones and things like that. So yeah, Thursday could be an interesting day. I'm not kind of sure I mean, we're definitely getting tipped off that there could be an event of some type. So, and it just might just be the feeling of the day, like with all this information and downloads coming in, is that people are really struggling because they're feeling so much and we're feeling so much of their so much. So, and it's just like, rippling through the lines. So, do whatever we can to kind of break that energy up so we're not um, engulfed in it, uh, and that, we're taking time to lighten the situation. All right, that's Thursday. Friday. What do we have in store for Friday? Ooh, okay. Yeah, another big theme of uh, that I saw come up with the moon. Um, this new moon, past new moon. It's a super moon too, so lots of, we'll be feeling that right through this week. Um, was just a real big push of continuing to meditate, making sure we're taking that time every day, at least 5 minutes. I know sometimes it's tough, and even if we're just, sitting in 5 minutes of silence, um, again, we're getting good information during those times. The reason I'm bringing this up to you is because for Friday, the first card we got is quieting the mind. And again, we have this person in the lotus position, um, meditating and listening, right? Like we're getting lots of downloads and information, and it's really critical that we, we tune that all out, other people's thoughts, everything else, and we just listen to our own inner knowing, right? And that comes through right away with the dolphins. So we're getting lots of psychic information. Cosmic consciousness is coming through us. Sacred geometry is coming through us. So we need to be in a state where whether we know what those things are, like if you're seeing sacred geometry, but you're like, I don't know what this means to me, but it's just knowing on the level that somewhere in there that your body is and mind and soul is processing that stuff. We got breath breath is in there too, right? So quieting the mind, meditating, breath work, tapping into the cosmic consciousness, and really just listening. So, we are getting a lot of assistance and downloads and upgrades and whatever you want to call them. Um, and again, we have to be in a position of like not running around like a crazy squirrel, um, so that we have those moments to integrate everything that's come in. And then we also got we are nature, becoming grounded, embodiment, living in connection. So yeah, really the push is coming on to like don't um, bypass the stuff because we're busy or we're wrapped up in other things or wrapped up in the outside world, um, and our concerns there. Um, Go back to nature, quiet the mind, breathe, meditate, integrate everything that's coming in. Allow that time and space for that to happen. Seems to be really critical. It's interesting that that's heading into Friday. I'm just trying to think. Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's kind of like this thing. I'm seeing this like Friday would normally be where we're like, oh, I'm going out. But it's like it's more like a reminder of like maybe you should just stay home and meditate. So that's Friday. Uh, Take it or leave it. Get out into nature if it's nice. Hopefully by then it'll start to be nice around here. Okay, Saturday. Yeah, and I will read. I'm going to read for Sunday, I think, too, and just in case. Sometimes I have full intentions of getting a meditation written and doing holding space Sunday, um, and then unfortunately my day just blips away from me on a Sunday with the life things we have to do. Yeah, yesterday I fully meant to sit down and properly write a meditation for the new moon, and just I was so busy cleaning the house and stuff that it just takes a long time to clean the house now. Part of getting old. Okay, let's see what we got here. All right, so it looks like we're just kind of as we come to the end of that week is just a reminder that we still need to care deeply for our body and soul. Um, that making sure that we're again with the meditation and stuff that's nurturing our soul, but also making sure we're honoring and nurturing our body. um, I know a lot of people have complained, well, not complained is not the word I want to use, lately, but lots of body aches and shifts in the body and that kind of stuff. So um, there's definitely things going on, but it's just like we can help nurture that by being present in our body, but also by, you know, doing the things that help to relieve any sort of like aches and pains. So cutting down our inflammation, by eating and drinking properly, getting enough rest, all the things. I know that sometimes, especially by the end of a week, and like I said, Friday tends to be like, we're going out. um, but yeah, just really watching and making sure we're taking the best care of ourselves and our body and soul as we can. Because we also got dandelion, which is a good detox uh, herb. So vitality, empowerment, and perseverance. Yeah, so it's just like we're just kind of getting that reminder that this is taking a pretty big toll on our body and soul. It's a lot of transformation, it's a lot of change. And so it's just like we need to keep ourselves at the most vital, healthy, empowered level, and then and perseverance to keep going. So, but again, with that dandelion in there, we might need to look, some of us, probably me, I'm pointing at myself here, at some kind of detox. So, and then we also got release the petals, transformation, death and rebirth, shedding, all change. So And again, this releasing, right? Letting go of what is no longer serving us. So again, just reminding us we're still in this purge phase. There's still, whether that's happening on an actual physical level. I've talked to many people that have been on and off ill over the last couple of weeks, and like major illness, like, you know, in the bathroom a lot. So just this is part of this transformation. We are going through this death and rebirth. Um, and so, letting it go as easily as we can, right? So not, again, uh, not staying in that lower place and hanging on to all that heaviness, working to transform and transmute it, and then moving into like more, again, more ease, more grace. Uh, yeah, so that's Saturday. So as we head into the weekend, it's just like we're getting the reminder to really be taking care of ourselves. So, all right. And finally, let's take a look at Sunday. So, yeah, I mean, it's sort of what I expected from the week. Definitely that it was going to be a lot about um, just processing everything that's coming through and through us, um, letting go of things that are no longer serving us. Again, we're in that purge. Um, so just letting it happen, um, and not, you know, try to hang on to too much of it. Okay, Sunday, we got willing release. Again, letting go of everything that is no longer serving us. Um, a lot of things too, like we usually with, again, dandelions, right? But in the now in the this in their seed form, um, when we're kids, we use these to, we make a wish and we blow on them, right? So again, it's just like making sure you're checking off all the boxes of what we want to see moving forward. There's again a butterfly in that thing. So we're in this heavy transformation period. Um, it's just keeping on top of things and letting things go. We also got, again on Sunday, the sun. The sun is just busy, busy. Illumination, growth, and God energy. Again, so that usually means when the sun comes up, we're definitely going to have some more continued energy being sent to us. Um, that's that God energy. It is helping us to transform and transmute. Um, yeah, so just this whole week has really just been about like it's just what it is, and keep letting it happen and do the work. um and do the work. And then we also got the sacred union, beloved within. So yeah, we've kind of had that little theme coming through for us there, right? About loving ourselves and being kind and gentle and easy with ourselves as we go through this transformation. Um, and then it also, the sacred union, that's always to me a very big piece of heart energy, right? Um, so, we talk about the heart chakra, but there's also the higher heart chakra. So it feels like it's a union of those two coming together, right? And just really us starting to tap into that energy and really utilizing it. So it does say outer relationships too. So I mean, it may be, once we are good in our heart space energy, we can start connecting again with other like-minded souls. And this union of all of us coming together with opened, um, benevolent, graceful, and peaceful hearts, right? That's where we're supposed to be heading. That's where we want to be heading. So by Sunday, it looks like we'll just get a little bit of a tip off of kind of what that looks like. All right, let's take a look at the sum up, and that's it for the week. Okay, So let's summarize this week. I mean, it's kind of nice looking at it like this day to day. I feel like it's a lot about, it's going to be a little bit of an easier week for us to just kind of like tend to ourselves and tend to our heart. Okay. So the portal cards we overall got is the Halls of Amenti Initiation, Secrets Revealed, Treasures Uncovered, Initiations. Yeah, just things are changing and being, revealed, and it's all important. It all factors into what's coming, and where we're headed. So again, we just take the truth as it comes out, and then you know embody it, integrate it, embody it, um, and expand it into a field of love rather than fear. Right. We also got the divine matrix, interconnectedness, synchronicity, and the God incidences. There are no coincidences, right? This card is always about, um, with the flower of life in there, and it's got its pint lit up. It kind of reminds me of that last card from Sunday, which was, oops, where did I put it? That sacred union. Um, so as we're doing our work and we come online, we start connecting to everyone else coming online. So um, yeah, that's nice. By the end of the week, it's kind of like, um, we're not just the lone wolf show anymore. Like we're still doing all the work, piece by piece, sometimes by ourselves, but then we hit this uh, connection with our others. So we also got listen. I always love this because this has got such great haha sacred geometry in it. Her ear is um, a conch shell, which is like the Fibonacci sequence. So lots of sacred geometry in there. Um, yeah, this just, again, it's like the big part of this week, I think, is the theme of this week is really listening, right, to our intuition, to the guidance coming in, to our guides, our angels, to the information that is being disclosed and what that means for us. And just really methodically working through it all, and again, not, you know like, as that listening as happens, even if it's something that we don't necessarily agree or we discern is not for us, is let's just like, instead of speaking, it's just like keep taking this information in, integrating it, and again, letting go of what we don't need, and doesn't serve us or doesn't suit um, our belief system, and then integrating what does. And we're just in this process. We're sort of in this listening stage. Again, not a lot of push to take a lot of action, but really just listening and forming our plan and making concrete plans, and doing things that we might need to do to get us into the plan we have for ourselves, right? Talked about that, if the Sunday video, if I can ever put it up. It did talk, we talked in there, I talked in there about, that Saturn is, conjunct that moon, and we need to add like concrete plans, right? We need to start making them solid plans. And so if we're dreaming of our dream, um, whatever that is, what can we do to put that into play? Like, do you need to take a class, or do you need to read more on a subject, etc., etc. Anyway, all right. So that's the week. Uh, I hope it treats you well, and that we just do take a little bit of time to just quiet our mind, really listen to the guidance coming in, allow it to integrate and open our heart. This is, it sounds like a big heart chakra opening week. So, all right, take care of yourselves. I love you, and we'll see you next week.